Investing can feel like a puzzle. You're trying to figure out where to put your hard-earned money for the best returns. You've probably considered VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. It's a reliable choice, no doubt about it. But what if I told you there's a new trio of ETFs that could outshine VOO? In this video, I will tell you about 3 new ETFs and their portfolios that have the potential to give your investments a serious boost. It has the potential to outperform VOO by more than $5 million. That's the kind of game-changing potential I'm talking about. I will walk you through how these 3 powerhouse ETFs work together to create a strategy that might just redefine your investment approach. We're going to break down their past performance, current metrics, and the future potential they hold. We'll cover it all, from price appreciation to expense ratios, dividends, and risk factors. In the end, I will show you a portfolio of these 3 ETFs and how it turns a $10,000 investment into a $6 million valuation and pays over $4,000 in monthly dividends. Investing solely in VOO has been a staple for many investors seeking steady returns from the S&P 500. However, the market's dynamics are evolving. The tech sector is booming, and semiconductors are driving technological innovation. Simply holding VOO might not capture the full potential of these changes. VOO has provided reliable returns, mirroring the S&P 500. But with the rise of technology in specialized industries like semiconductors, a more aggressive and diversified approach is necessary. VOO, while stable, lacks the leverage and the sector-specific focus that can amplify returns in today's market. There are several reasons why our 3 ETF portfolios can outperform VOO and provide a more robust investment strategy. The one that tops it all is the current market environment. The technology sector has been a significant driver of market gains over the past decade. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia have seen exponential growth, heavily influencing the overall performance of indices like the S&P 500. While VOO does not include these tech giants, it also includes a broad array of sectors that may not perform as well in the current tech-driven market. This diversification, while generally a strength, can dilute potential gains when tech stocks are leading the charge. To address this gap, we introduced the 3 ETF killer portfolio. This portfolio is made up of, number 1, ProShares Ultra S&P 500 ETF with the ticker symbol SSO. Number 2, ProShares Ultra QQQ ETF with the ticker symbol QLD. And number 3, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF with the ticker symbol SMH. Each of these ETFs brings a unique advantage to the table, creating a balanced yet aggressive portfolio. SSO offers double leverage on the S&P 500, aiming to deliver 2 times the daily performance of the S&P 500. This feature makes it a powerful tool for those looking to maximize gains during bullish market trends. QLD provides double leverage on the NASDAQ 100, perfect for investors wanting exposure to top tech companies, amplifying the gains from this high-growth sector. SMH focuses on the semiconductor industry, a critical component in modern technology. SMH includes leading semiconductor companies, offering growth potential as demand for these components increases. Before I show you the numbers behind the portfolio, let's get to know each of these ETFs. Starting with SSO, the ProShares Ultra S&P 500 ETF, its objective is to offer 2 times the daily performance of the S&P 500. This means that for every 1% increase in the S&P 500, SSO aims to increase by 2%. The potential for higher returns in a rising market is substantial, but this also comes with increased volatility. The top sectors represented in SSO include technology, financials, and healthcare, with top holdings like Apple, Microsoft Corp, and Nvidia Corp, making it a diversified choice within its leverage structure. Next, we have QLD, the ProShares Ultra QQQ ETF. This ETF provides 2 times the daily performance of the NASDAQ 100, offering significant exposure to leading tech companies. The benefits of QLD lie in its tech focus, capturing the rapid growth and innovation within the sector. However, similar to SSO, the leverage increases volatility, and the concentration in the tech sector requires careful risk management. QLD's top sectors include technology, communication, and consumer cyclical, with major holdings such as Apple, Microsoft Corp, and Nvidia Corp. SMH, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, focuses specifically on the semiconductor industry, a key driver of tech innovation. The growth potential in this sector is immense due to the increasing demand for semiconductors in various industries, including artificial intelligence, 5G technology, and especially in the EV industry. SMH's top holdings include industry giants like Nvidia Corp, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, and Broadcom. While the semiconductor industry offers high growth potential, it also carries industry-specific risks and market sensitivity. The cyclical nature of the semiconductor industry can affect performance, but the long-term prospects remain strong. The combination of SSO, QLD, and SMH provides a diversified yet aggressive portfolio. This mix leverages the broad market exposure of the S&P 500, the high growth potential of the NASDAQ 100, and the specialized innovation within the semiconductor industry. Leveraged ETFs like SSO and QLD offer the potential for significantly higher returns, but it's crucial to understand the risks. Leverage in investing is like using a lever to lift a heavy object. It allows you to control a larger part in the market with a smaller amount of capital. When the market moves in your favor, leverage can magnify your gains, turning a small increase in the underlying index into a much larger profit. For instance, if the NASDAQ 100 were to increase by 5%, a leveraged ETF like QLD, which is designed to double the performance of the index, could potentially increase by 10%. This amplification can lead to much faster growth in your portfolio compared to non-leveraged investments. Now that I've laid out the logical reasons behind our portfolio, it's time to show you exactly how this 3 ETF portfolio could transform your $10,000 into $6.4 million with annual dividends of over $48,000, making it a true game changer for your financial future. Using tools like Portfolio Visualizer, we can analyze the historical performance of the 3 ETF killer portfolio compared to a traditional VOO investment. This comparison just uses the historical returns to show how much you could have earned if you had invested in a particular asset. Starting with a balance of $10,000 for both portfolios, the 3 ETF killer portfolio and the VOO were tracked over the same period of 30 years. The 3 ETF killer portfolio has grown to an impressive $91,735. Whereas VOO has reached only $31,871. This means that while VOO more than tripled the initial investment, the 3 ETF killer portfolio nearly multiplied it by 10. This difference underscores the power of leveraging and sector-specific investing. When we look at the annualized return, or compound annual growth rate, the 3 ETF killer portfolio delivered a stunning 26.02%. Whereas VOO's annualized return was 12.86%. While VOO's performance is respectable, the 3 ETF killer portfolio's returns are more than double, showing its ability to significantly outperform in a favorable market environment. A particularly telling statistic is the best year performance for each portfolio. The 3 ETF killer portfolio saw its best year with a staggering 79.26% return, nearly 2.5 times the best year return of VOO, which was 31.35%. This highlights the potential for exceptional gains in favorable market conditions when leveraging and sector-specific investments are used. Now, let's look at the real future returns that you can make with this portfolio in VOO. Starting with VOO, it has a current dividend yield of 1.39% and an average annual return of 10.69%. With a starting principal of $10,000 and assuming dividends are reinvested, here's how VOO's performance unfolds over time. After 1 year, the investment value in VOO will grow to $11,208. After 10 years, the investment will grow to $30,737. After 20 years, the investment will be worth $91,539. After 30 years, your $10,000 in VOO will be worth $266,611, generating $1,208 in annual dividends. Capital appreciation will add $241,347, and reinvested dividends will add $15,264, summing up to a total value addition of $256,611. Now, let's compare these figures with the projections for the 3 ETF killer portfolio, made up of SSO, QLD, and SMH. The average annual return for this portfolio is significantly higher, at 23.38%, with a combined dividend growth rate of 25.72% and an average dividend yield of 0.48%. Starting with the same principal of $10,000 and assuming dividends are reinvested, here's how the 3 ETF killer portfolio's performance unfolds over the same time frames. After 1 year, the portfolio value will jump to $12,386. This initial growth is already higher than VOO's of $11,208. After 10 years, the investment value will rise to $85,346. This exceptional growth far exceeds VOO's performance after 10 years. After 20 years, the portfolio value balloons to $736,525. After 30 years, the portfolio value will reach an astronomical $6,445,600, generating $48,291 in annual dividends. The capital appreciation hits $6,209,460, and reinvested dividends add $226,140, summing up to a total value addition of $6,435,600. At this point, there's just no comparison between them. The difference clearly shows why this 3 ETF portfolio can be a more potent investment strategy. While VOO offers steady and reliable growth, the 3 ETF killer portfolio provides a much higher potential for exceptional returns. This aggressive portfolio leverages the power of the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 while capitalizing on the high-growth semiconductor industry. To build and manage your portfolio, you might want to allocate your investment strategically. A suggested allocation could be 40% in SSO, 30% in QLD, and 30% in SMH. This allocation provides a balanced approach, leveraging the strengths of each ETF while managing risk. Regular portfolio rebalancing and staying informed about market trends are essential for managing risk effectively. Leveraged ETFs can be highly volatile, so monitoring market conditions and adjusting your strategy as needed is crucial. With any income comes the tax from Uncle Sam. Click the video on the screen to fully optimize your strategy and receive a consistent monthly income.